All right, let's move on to the Sunday slate of games that happened yesterday. These, in my opinion, were way more exciting than the games that happened on Sunday or on Saturday. Not just because I'm the Chiefs fan, but just in general. I was very excited to see Tom Brady and Drew Brees go at it one more time. But let's first talk about that Browns and Chiefs game. Let me just say this first. This is easily obviously I'm the Chiefs fan. I'm literally wearing the Chiefs hat. I've been a part of a Super Bowl. I've watched the Super Bowl. Which up until this point was easily the most exciting and most nervous game I've ever been a part of. This might have topped it. This easily, I think, actually easily topped it because there was a point with about 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and let me tell you, Jacob, I honestly thought I was gonna have a panic attack. Like it was getting close. It was very close.
And I was panicking a little bit for you while I was watching this game. I feel like when Patrick Mahomes went down in the middle of the third quarter, I feel like time stopped. Like when that happened, like just everything froze for a little bit, and everyone was holding their breath to see how we would hold up. And then he tried to stand up, and he hobbled over, and he stumbled a little bit, and I think everyone collectively said, "Oh no, this isn't good." And then the game progressed. The Browns clawed and scratched their way back into it. And then, Josh, anything's possible.
Oh no, I've heard that. I don't know. You could call it a phrase. Literally, probably 1,000 times since the game has ended. It was okay for the first hour or so, but now it's just so old. As well as Chad Henne is. But yeah, this game it was just insane. I know people who listen to me freaking want to hear my take. I had so many emotions during this game. Like the first half, I was astounded. I was so happy. If you listen to the preview episode, I was so worried that the Chiefs starters were gonna come out really rusty because they literally hadn't played a full game in 3 weeks. Like, and that's just a recipe for disaster in the NFL. And they come out in the first drive, touchdown. I mean, obviously, I don't even a start about our kicker Harrison Butker just being an absolute just noob the whole game. But for the most part, offense played really well and defense played really well. We held Cleveland, who has easily, I think, the best running back tandem in the league, going against our run defense, which has been pitiful at times. We held them to 3 points in the first half. It was 19. I think it was 19-3 going into halftime. Absolutely astounded, so happy. And then the third quarter starts, and we pick off Baker Mayfield. Honey Badger had an interception, and we start out our drive, I think, at the Cleveland 30-yard line, or I think it was even the 20-yard line. And I'm just like, this is awesome. I love it. And then literally everything went downhill from there. We couldn't get the touchdown even on short field, and then obviously Mahomes gets injured. He already been dealing with a toe injury for the beginning portion of the game, but then obviously he takes the hit from, I forgot who gave him the hit, but it comes up really wobbly, and then he leaves the game, and I'm just so scared. My family actually was a little bit more scared. I thought, because they were showing the replays, and it really didn't look that bad at first glance. I was actually messaging Brian Sutter. He's been on the podcast before. He's a very famous YouTube doctor, and I was like what happened, because it says he's being evaluated for a concussion, but he barely got hit on his head. So it's just a really weird situation. And then going to the fourth quarter, early portion of the fourth quarter, it's announced that Mahomes is out for the entire game, and everything in my body just slouched down. Like you just shut down. Like depression is just getting out of control here. And then Cleveland goes on a drive, and it's a 5-point game. I literally am just sitting there like, it's over. Like what the heck is Henne gonna do to help the Chiefs out? And guess what he does in his first real drive? He throws an interception when we're already in Cleveland territory. Just demoralizing. And then, but the Chiefs defense comes up huge, and then Henne does Henne things, which are just unexplainable. Has an incredible scramble on 3rd and 14, and then obviously the play everyone's talking about this morning in that 4th and 1 call, which most people are saying they had no idea what was going to happen. I knew the instant that they spotted that ball short of the first down. I was like, this is the Chiefs. We go for the fourth down literally almost every time. So it wasn't really a surprise to me there. It was a surprise to me that we converted it in the play call that we did. The Chiefs get the first down and in the game. I know I just talked for like 3 minutes straight, but so much that is on my mind. I'll let Jacob take it for a little bit though.
Yeah, no, you're fine. It's good to be passionate. I think you were very lucky that this half ended 19-3 and not 16-10. Because in my opinion, I think that was a clear helmet to helmet hit that the referees missed, and it's not reviewable in the NFL. Those kind of helmet to helmet infractions. I think you did dodge a bullet there a little bit, and I think Cleveland would have scored had they had the opportunity on first and goal. But nonetheless, halftime happens. It's 19-3, and the Chiefs' offense goes flat even with Mahomes. You only manage 3 points in the entire second half, and
Wait,
you sort of allow
okay, wait. I'll let you finish your take, then I'll go.
and you sort of allow Cleveland to come back in this game. And like you said, to your credit, Mahomes had been battling a little bit of turf toe this entire game. And then he gets pile driven to the ground and has a concussion, and he's out for the rest of the game. And the life is just sucked out of everybody at Arrowhead. Um, the Browns mount a comeback. They start getting their run game going. Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb looking like the running backs that they have been all season. Um, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, it's 22-17. Um, like you said, to your credit, there was a huge interception by Chad Henne in the end zone. He threw it right to the D-back. But the Browns got the ball at the 20, and they got stopped immediately by the Chiefs defense. A huge drive, a huge momentum shift in the Browns' favor turned out to be nothing. The Chiefs' defense stopping Baker Mayfield and the offense in their tracks, and they're forced to punt it away. And the Chiefs have an opportunity to ice the game, and they do exactly that. A huge scramble by Chad Henne, and then fools everybody, including the people at home, except for maybe you, by running a play on 4th and 1 instead of trying to catch them offside and punt it away. And that ended up being the deciding factor. The question, obviously, is will Mahomes be around next week against Buffalo? A lot of people are saying yes, he'll be fine, but
Right.
it's too early to tell.
So yeah, I'll answer that question in a minute. Let me just say this. I don't know how you can say the offense, even with Mahomes in the second half, went flat because he got hurt with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. So I don't understand how you could say that. Also, your whole thing about the Cleveland, fumble touchback, late portion of the first half. Now, obviously, is that a lucky play with the Chiefs? Absolutely. There's nothing, obviously that's almost will never happen. Very lucky play. Also, the whole helmet to helmet thing, I think that's a little ridiculous. Obviously, it should be a reviewable play. But I think that's a little bit, bias coming from, the NFL, rule coach that came on air and said that. Because if you look at that play, and as a former football player, not a great one by any means, but just I've played football before. What is Daniel Sorensen supposed to do there? Because Rashard Higgins is diving for the pylon. That's what he's doing. So, and he's diving, and the way it's angled and the way Daniel Sorensen is running in, there's literally nothing else he could have done. So the whole point about how it was a dirty play, absolute nonsense. Is it illegal? Probably. But what is Daniel Sorensen supposed to do? Just let him dive for the pylon and give him no trouble? No. Daniel Sorensen did all that he could do. Not mad at Daniel Sorensen at all. And I completely agree with you. Even if, say, what Rashard Higgins goes out of bounds, or he doesn't fumble the ball and is just short of the goal line, whatever. Cleveland, I 100% agree, does score in that drive, making it 16-10 or 16-9 if they miss the PAT. But there is a minute and 30 left on the clock, and the way Mahomes was playing in the first half, they are absolutely going down, at least getting a field goal. So I don't want to hear anyone saying, "Oh, it would have been 16-10 going into halftime." No, it wouldn't have. It absolutely wouldn't have. So that's ridiculous, and I'll let you rebuttal that before I talk about Mahomes' concussion injury.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard to bet against the Chiefs offense, but like there's no way for us to be able to tell for sure that the Chiefs would have scored with a minute 30. Obviously, on the goal line, practically, the Browns have an opportunity to put at least 3 points on the board. So I think people are saying 16-10 because you're assuming that they're going to punch it in with two stellar running backs at the goal line, but they're at least putting 3 points on the board, and at the very least, it should have been 16-13. Or no, 16. What it would have been 16-10.
Right, or 1910.
Yeah, no, whatever it would have been, it should have been that. But like you said, what is Sorensen supposed to do? Not much. And I agree with you. I don't think it was necessarily a dirty hit. It's just a matter of, like what else is he supposed to do? Obviously, it's an illegal hit, but he's not really meant to do much. I mean, I think it was the right play for him to do was to drop the shoulder and drop the head and just go after the football and make it pop out. And to his credit, that's exactly what happened. But he can't really do much else. And the fact that people are calling that a dirty play is a little short-minded and probably should be taken with a grain of salt. I don't think it was a dirty hit personally. I think it was a football move. It just happened to be helmet to helmet.
Right. I just said dirty hit because I definitely have seen people say it's a dirty hit. I think they even might have said it was a dirty hit on the broadcast, which it's just not. It's not a dirty hit at all. There is way worse helmet-to-helmet collisions in the NFL than what happened on that play in Kansas City yesterday.
Perfect.
Well, yeah, of course. How's it going, guys? And thank you so much for reaching into this video. If you're interested in more content, be sure to go subscribe, turn on push notifications, all that good stuff. Also, I'll leave links to my Instagram and Twitter up here above. And also, be sure to go follow the podcast. That is where the bulk of my content comes from. I upload to all the major podcast providers, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. I upload to it all. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.